fucking ghosts.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Screenstars. I'm here today to bring you my review for the 2023 horror film, The Jester. The film is co-written and directed by Colin Krawchuk, and it stars Michael Sheffield as The Jester. We have Layla Symington, Delaney White, Matt Savito and Lena James. Right, the film focuses on two sisters, essentially, two estranged sisters. You've got Emma, who receives a phone call one night from her estranged father, who basically abandoned her when she was a girl. Begging her for forgiveness, which she doesn't give, he then commits suicide. But the suicide is kind of assisted by the Jester. The Jester is this entity, I suppose, that wanders about, targets people, plays tricks on them and ultimately kills them. And he's targeted this family. So the father commits suicide, the daughter Emma then attends the funeral. She meets her kind of stepsister, Madison I believe she's called, and they try and build a relationship, but at the same time the Jester is interfering in their lives and trying to pull tricks on them and kill them, I guess. Right, what are my thoughts on, The Jester? Ooh, this is an odd film, because it's on one side of the coin it's a bad film that makes absolutely zero sense, and on the other side of the coin there is some decent fun moments in it. I think the idea of the Jester is sound enough. What the Jester does, like pull tricks on people, and then part of that trick is them dying in loads of different, interesting and creative ways, and that's the best part of the film. But why he's doing it makes absolutely no sense. Well, there is no explanation. Now, if this film is going for the Terrifier approach to horror, I mean, honestly, I can't comment too much on the Terrifier films because I haven't seen them. But my understanding is that, Art the Clown in those films, there's no rhyme or reason for what he does. He just does what he does. And I'm not sure if that's what they're going for here. There's no rhyme or reason for what the Jester does. He just does it. So he's targeted this estranged family, gets the dad to commit suicide, and then targets the father's two daughters, the two stepsisters. And that's it. That's the film. And it doesn't make for an engaging film, other than a couple of highlights here and there, like I say, some of the kills from the Jester. And, the idea of this Jester, and the way the Jester looks, is all pretty sound. But who he kills and why he kills makes no sense, because he doesn't even follow his own rules, really. If there was some reason why he targeted this family, the father in particular, maybe the father had made a deal with, I don't know, some demon or something to try and build a relationship with his daughter, and you could kind of understand, you know what I mean, that this entity would be attached to this family. But no, there are many other people in this film that it enjoys tormenting and killing, including gravediggers, police officers, and close friends of these stepsisters. It doesn't seem really. What I'm trying to get at here is it just doesn't make any bloody sense, this film. And that's all I kept coming away with this film. Well, why is this happening? Why is it doing this? And look, I'm not one of these people that watch a film and need an explanation for everything that I see. you know, exposition can be massively overdone in films, and they treat you like you're an infant sometimes. But this, you get nothing. Absolutely nothing. You're just introduced to this Jester character right at the beginning, like hovering around the father as he's ringing the daughter. And you're kind of thinking, oh, right, okay. And then, boom, the father's dead. And you're like, right, okay, where are we going here with this? And then, like I say, it just turns up and targets the sisters then. And anybody else that seemingly gets in its way. So I think if the film had given us some thread of knowledge as to what's happening and why it's happening, I think this film would have had a much bigger chance of A, making sense, and B, having like a thread of a story, because there's no story here. The narrative doesn't make sense. It kind of, the trailer, for example, kind of makes a big fact that it's produced by the same guy who directed Blair Witch Project. So he may well have produced it, but I would have preferred it if it had been written, if you like, by someone that kind of gave us like a story thread that we could actually cling to in this film. Because other than that, there's competency here. You know, there's some really interesting shots here. It's lit very nicely. It's quite provocative in how it's filmed, and I think this Jester character, there's a lot of potential for it. I just wish we'd have got a little bit more for us to cling on to, because it's clear to me that maybe they're trying to go for some kind of, you know, low budget franchise here with this character, but you've got to have a strong opening, and I don't think this film gives us a strong opening. It kind of just dangles a carrot, and the carrot is the look of the Jester and some of the kills, but beyond that, there's very little to recommend here at this film. It's not a complete disaster, as I say. There are some fun moments here and there in the film. There's some standout moments, some of the kills, but the characters aren't particularly interesting, and the film doesn't do a particularly good job at all of like engaging its audience with a good story. So yeah, probably one to avoid, but you know, if you like these sort of things, then there might be something here for you. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this review. If you did, please click the like button. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing, and I will of course be back with more reviews and content on the channel very, very soon.